won him the competition. So I enjoyed this. I had fun watching. Shannon, did Simons deserve it, in your opinion?
I think he did, Skip. Obviously, there were no big names. Cassius Stanley's on a two-way contract. It's only played probably like 9-10 minutes in the NBA this year. Obi Toppin, I don't even know if he really starts. This kid here, Skip.
Obi Toppin does not start.
I did not know he had springs like this.
Yep.
He normally plays defense. He shoots the three.
Yep.
So when it's like, I'm like, the dude got 2 dunks. And remember, I brought like, hold on. How the hell somebody got 2 dunks getting the dunk contest?
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa, okay. He got springs, Skip. And he should have won the contest. Now, Obi Toppin's dunk, the first round dunk where he went between the legs, he caught it and dunked it. Skip, it probably would have blew up the internet. But just 4 days earlier, we saw Zach LaVine do that exact same dunk in the warm-up line with a sweat jacket on. So it kind of lost some of the buzz because we had just saw it and everybody was talking about it. And Zach LaVine made it go viral. You know, I'm not saying it was an easy dunk, but something that we had already seen before. This kid here, when he went up and he, like, kissed the rim, and everybody like, man, he should have kissed the rim. So y'all want that man to knock out all his dentures. For a trophy and $100,000. It was good enough. It was good enough for me, Skip. He won. He didn't take a whole lot of it wasn't like no 4 misses. I don't even think he missed any dunks. Obi Toppin missed a couple of them. And the dunk where he dunked over Julius Randle and his dad, you can't get leverage off Julius Randle's shoulder.
Cannot.
And Cassius, I thought Cassius should have got better on his first dunk, Skip, because that's not an easy dunk.
Yep.
And it just looks better dunking when you're a smaller man. You look at him and you're like, dude, look like he like jumped off a trampoline. Yep. Cassius Stanley looks like he just like pogo sticked up there. Obi Toppin is so tall, he kind of looked like Giannis dunking.
And he's stout.
Yeah. And I'm like,
right, I agree.
6'9", I mean, it was kind of like when Sean Kemp was in the dunk contest. They were nasty dunks, but Sean, by the time you just hold your hands up, you're already at the rim. But I do think he should have won. Skip, the best players, what do they do now, Skip? They shoot the ball. The best players were in the three-point competition.
Yep.
They're not dunkers anymore. So that game has transitioned away from that. So the days of you hoping to get Jordan and Dominique and Vince Carter and Kobe's, Skip, that's over. Clyde Drexler's, that's over.
Okay, just for the record, to answer your question, we start with Cassius Stanley. He's played most of the year for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants in the G League.
G League.
Okay. Anfernee Simons for the Portland Trailblazers averages the 10th most minutes on the team, on the Trailblazers.
Right.
Obi Toppin, as a rookie, averages the 13th most minutes on the Knicks team.
Right.
On the Knicks team.
Right.
The Knicks are improving.
Right, yeah, they're above 500 at the All-Star game.
Okay, got it. So that's what you had on hand. You had those 3, and I always enjoy it because of all the things you just said.
Right.
But Ernestine, my wife, has turned into a huge slam dunk fan over the 16 years we've been together. So she's sitting with me watching the dunk contest, and she keeps saying, now, who's that guy? And I say, well, you don't know him. And finally, after...
Hell, I don't know
After 5 minutes, she says, I'm out. And she gets up and walks out. She says, I don't know any of those guys. Because she got hooked in the Dwight Howard years where he did 4 straight dunk contests. And he's Superman, and he's getting cupcakes off the, up off the rim. You know, it was fun for her because she could really see it, feel it, and get into the personality.
And he had a recognizable name.
He did. He's Dwight Howard.
Yes, Clyde Drexler.
Yeah.
Dominique did 5 of them. Jordan entered
3.
Yes, Kobe. So all these names, you're like, okay. They go, Skip, they go by one name. You call the guy, you call this guy and hold it, Obi Toppin. Okay. Cassius Stanley.
Okay, Cassius, one name.
Yeah.
I thought his first dunk was the best dunk I saw all night. This was sensational.
Oh, you thought it was better than the kiss the rim?
Yeah, there's the kiss the rim dunk. I did, just on sheer athletic spring. I thought that it was the best dunk I saw. Here it is, the first dunk of the night. He lobs it to himself, goes up. He did this, I saw it on YouTube the other day, and he just recreated the same dunk.
Right.
It's spectacular to me. But we've seen something like that before. I thought he deserved better than a 44.
I did too.
Because Obi goes second and gets a 48.
Yeah.
Well, once upon a time, quick story, the first dunk contest I ever judged was in Dallas. It was many moons ago. But there was somebody named Sean Kemp in the line. He was playing in junior college somewhere in Texas, and I didn't know who he was. He went first. And so I'm thinking, well, I got to kind of gear down here because I got to give us some place to go.
Right.
So he he goes up and does some flying windmill dunk. It was spectacular. It was actually the best dunk of the whole day.
Right.
It was an afternoon game at was old Reunion Arena. And I gave it an 8, and I got booed all day long because how could you give that I was trying to give myself room to grow.
Room to go
right?
up.
Okay, well, that's what they did last night. But I thought that Anfernee won the contest mostly on creativity.
Yes, the T-Mac dunk.
Okay, yeah, the T-Mac, but that was the middle one. But the first one was he had thought hard about putting a little miniature rim up.
Yes.
If we could see his 3 dunks in a row.
Yes.
He put the little miniature rim to put the ball.
That's 11 feet.
Yeah, 2 feet above the rim. Okay.
Look at this.
That's skying, man.
Yes. How tall is he? What, 6'2"?
3.
6'3".
Okay, that is leaping
Yes.
ability. It doesn't, in fact, he made it look almost too easy, but but the point is, it was creative.
Right.
I've not seen that. And then he did the T-Mac dunk. There it is again. Then he does T-Mac. He wears T-Mac jersey. It was his favorite player.
Right.
This is a la 2000. He recreates the T-Mac dunk. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good. Okay, and it's an homage to T-Mac. Loved it. And then, of course, we get to the kiss the rim dunk. Well, would I have loved to see him actually just barely touch the rim with his lips? Sure. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's one
You
more
can't,
T-Mac.
Skip, in a situation like this, you can't barely touch it. Either you're going to do what he did, or you're going to knock out your grill.
I got it. You're going to bloody your lips for sure. You're probably going to need stitches. But at least he tried, and he said I had to go smooch face to really push it out there to show that I got there. He said in practice he couldn't quite get there. It's hard, man. It's too dangerous.
Exactly, Skip. Because, look, we've all played sports and collided with somebody. And your mouth hit their head and vice versa, and you know how that feels. Now, imagine that your head is not as hard as that rim. So imagine at the force he's coming, and he hits that rim.
Okay, I got it. But he is why the big names won't do this contest, because he worked hard at that.
Yes!
He said he thought he brainstormed with his buddies, and they're coming up, and he threw out a lot of ideas. What if I do this? And then the kiss the rim thing was the last thing they threw out, and everybody thought it was crazy for a while. And then he started thinking, maybe it's not crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe it's a great idea. Has anybody ever tried that? Okay, how many times can you come up with something nobody else has done?
Exactly.
Well, he won it because he tried so hard, and he had to rehearse like crazy.
Right.
Well, do you have to rehearse for the three-point shootout?
No.
Or you rehearse every day in practice? I mean, it's what you do for a living.
Because Jason Tatum has said that he and Jaylen Brown, they, have shooting competitions.
They would.
I'm sure Steph and Clay, they had shooting competitions. And all these guys now, Skip, if you look at in warm-ups, what is everybody shooting before the game, Skip? Threes.
Okay.
That's their warm-up. That's their rehearsal for the three-point competition.
Okay. So this is why, starting with LeBron James, they're like, I don't want to do it. Takes two. I'm trying to play games, man. I'm trying to win championships. I don't want to have to commit 2 or 3 days of preparation, mental, physical. I don't want to have to rehearse dunks, because it's not like the great old days. Jordan would just go out there and say, whatever happens, happens.
And that's how Vince was. Vince says, I just made it up once I got up in the air.
Yeah.
I wasn't no practice. I'm just like, okay, I'm up here. Okay, let me windmill. Or let me three. as I'm going, let me do this.
That won't work anymore.
No.
You look ordinary when you do that.
After Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon has taken it to the heights in which they took it, you got to practice, Skip. That is as simple as that. And the fact of the matter is, you're not going to get the big names, because the big names aren't dunkers anymore. They're three-point marksmen. The Kevin Durant's, the Bradley Beals, the Stephs, all these guys put the ball. Dame Lillard's. Dame actually entered a dunk contest.
He did. He did a dunk.
Yeah.
He did.
And Skip, remember, they had 3 alley hoops back-to-back. Steph caught one, Dame caught one, and even Chris Paul caught a lob last night. But the days of you getting the big-name stars, Skip, to participate in the dunk contest, Skip, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen again. I don't think we're going to see those glory days.
Okay, well, I'll still watch it, but I'm much more interested in the three-point contest.
Maybe you can coach Zion. Maybe you can coach Ja Morant. Maybe you can coach some of Anthony Edwards or somebody. But the days I'm talking about, Skip, I'm talking about the name. Dominique was a 9-time. Jordan was 11, 12-time All-Star. Clyde Drexler. Skip, those guys are not coming. Kobe, well, we know how many. They're not coming back, Skip.
And remember, Ja has a mystique that got created on YouTube back in his college, but back to his high school days. Well, he doesn't want to risk damaging his sneaker-selling mystique by losing the dunk contest.
And plus, Skip, now if you just go on YouTube, they got these professional dunkers.
Yeah.
And they're doing dunks that these guys won't even attempt to do. Guys are running past the rim and windmilling and dunking back. So you're like, well, you're not even in the NBA, and you can do that. That guy should be able, because you know how it works, Skip. If a guy that's walking the streets can do a dunk, they automatically, well, he's in the NBA, he better he should be able to do it. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that.
So in the end, the dunk contest got too good for its own good.
It did. But it's Skip, but I still, even though there were not any names.
No, I know. I'm gonna watch it anyway.
I watch it. And I love how they had it, Skip. You know, not all these 25 people that can't do any dunks. It was like 1 round, 2 rounds. Okay, here's the final.
And I did like the change where you just vote for a player instead of giving them a score in the final round.
Yeah.
It was 3-2, obviously.
And then you ain't got to worry about, well, I wonder what he going to give him. I wonder.
No, just vote who's better.
Exactly.
Good
I
idea.
like it.
Good change.
Well, and it is kind of interesting, too, because maybe the expectations were lowered, but these 3 players did get more hype than they've been getting, considering the fact. So an opportunity to step up. I know it's
dunk contest, he is the lower, Skip.
Exactly the same. Skip, you mentioned how much you enjoyed the 3-point contest. Well, did Steph just